Okay, I got a lot to say on this one. So there was like four separate Danger Room from X-Men Children of the Atom on like Mugen Archive, but like every one of them is busted. Um, so first off, I think this is the correct one. This is what the stage like I was working on looked like before I started messing with it. This one by SamusAran78 was the like most complete and best one on the archive. However, we see the very obvious problem of a giant chunk of the floor is missing. Now I'm like, is there's got to be like Samus Aran put so much work into this. Like, I started looking at Mugen videos and stuff. I'm like, does somebody have like a perfect version of this? But no, like I saw like them like hiding the floor chunk missing by like cutting off bound right on people's videos. So they like just cut part of the stage off to hide the missing chunk. So like that's what people were doing with this version. And you can probably see in this version of that as well that the floor is like sliding like crazy. But even still, like this version has like a very good like all the sky, if you jump way up there, you would see that it goes all the way to the top. And it's got like all these great transitions and stuff going on and all these animations and clean drip sprites. So this is the one I had to build it off of. Okay, so that's it before I started messing with it. Okay, so I did quite a lot here. Okay, so first off, this floor, that didn't exist. I had to like take remnants of what existed on like Samus Aran's and like recreate my own, like create my own lines and stuff and like make my own parallax floor and use like what I could from like chunks of the art that I did have, and also studying video game footage to see like kind of how the art sort of looked. And also like it was perfectly mirrored in the center before, but in the source game it's not. It's kind of like asymmetrical, and I kind of like once again looked at video footage to see kind of like the patterns that went asymmetrical in the center. So I could have just had a non-parallax floor, but I really wanted to like have the like correct parallax floor. So I added that brand new parallax floor, fixed the sinking and sliding issues, resynced all these like animations and stuff to the floor as well. Like that squirrel is now synced to the floor, and this log is synced to the floor better, along with the fish and the like. Oh, the bubbles were like behind the glass, so they look like they were inside there with Professor X before. They're not supposed to be quite like that. It's supposed to be a little bit more obvious that they're out in front. And also I added this like furred bubble over here to the side. Okay, so what else? Now while Samus Aran had all these effects going, there was a bunch of animations she didn't have. I don't. It's probably not a she. It's probably just taking Samus. But anyway, but yeah, these like the lasers and stuff, and the falling meteors that happen here in the space area, along with the crusher that comes down and some spikes that raise up in the earlier parts of the stage. None of those were in Samus Aran's version. So I added all those in, like added all these new animations in. And for the lasers, like I really hated the like the sprites for like the explosions when the lasers hit. They're gonna hit in a second. Yeah, like all of that, I had to resprite every frame of the like special effects of the like flash and the little smoke that comes up, because the ones that I took from the other copy of the stage, they all were like filthy with resize damage. So and I couldn't get the source sprites. I was like, I really wish I could have got the source sprites, but since that wasn't an option, I had to just like go in there and try to like resprite them and make them all look clean and less jaggedy. A couple things still missing from the stage and issues that still exist is I saw while watching source footage of the game that up here in the sky, in the like forest section, there's like a little bird that flies by. Definitely can't get clean sprites of that. That'd be nice, but Doesn't seem that anybody's like properly ripped the sprites of this game. Like someday I'm just gonna have to get one of those like main emulators and stuff, and just do it myself. But also, there's like a little fish that hangs around on this side to the right of this door that goes back and forth. I thought just maybe that if I like search for enough screenshots of this game, that maybe I could catch like a lossless shot of this little like angelfish or whatever it is that goes back and forth, and I could just like flip it or something. But I could not find a screenshot of that fish. So yeah, so that's two issues. Also here when the color flips on the floor. Now I really wish I could have fixed this, but and I feels like I should be, but I don't actually understand the effect of this like the palettes that swap over each other to make the different colors without messing it up. I could just destroy it so the floor was just like the solid gray the whole time. But I'd rather have the floors changing color and just have that little issue where the sides appear in the space section than not have it at all. So yeah, so there's some sprites still missing. And if someone was could master that palette effect on the floor so it looked great no matter what angle you were looking at it from, that'd be a nice upgrade for the stage. Oh, another thing I did was the lasers and the crusher. Those sprites didn't actually extend all the way through the ceiling, so I had to go in there and sprite edit so all the lasers were bigger than the stage so they wouldn't be clipped off if you were jumping up there or looking too closely. So yeah, the crusher, when it comes down, if you would have followed it to the top by super jumping, you wouldn't have been able to see it clipped off, or you won't be able to see the lasers clipped off. All that should function just fine. Yeah, I think that's it, but enjoy. I hope to God this doesn't crash on you. It crashed a million times while I was editing it, but it hasn't crashed in 5 hours, so... And I've been opening and closing it like crazy. I think I must have got whatever was making this thing crash out of the code, but let me know if it's still a problem. I really don't want to have to resort to reinstituting every bit of code into a blank file, but if it comes to that, man. Hopefully this is the current best one out there, but I still wish I could get these minor flaws yeah, this little light patch here. Gone, but that's all. Enjoy.